On a beautiful spring day, Aron Ralston set out for a hike to the Canyonlands National Park for some personal relaxation and solitude. It would become a horrible nightmare where Aron was forced to do something you could never imagine. 151 hours. Aron arrives at Canyonlands one day early to prepare for the trip. Aron's plan was to visit Blue John, one of the park's most unique features. Blue John is what is known as a slot canyon. From the ground, it's almost invisible. From above, it looks like a deep crack cutting through the terrain, but inside an almost surreal environment, with twisting walls that can stretch hundreds of meters. A place a solo hiker looking to lose himself could find himself lost forever. By the early morning, he had traveled almost 20 miles from his camp to the entrance of Blue John. He planned to spend the next few hours of the day exploring Blue John. But everything was about to change. 127 hours. At approximately 2:45 p.m., Aron's life changed forever. As Aron was climbing down a canyon, he decided to use a boulder as a step down. It seemed to be solid, but as he was hanging down from the boulder, it slipped, putting Aron into a free fall of roughly 2 meters. As Aron looked up, he realized he had gotten his hand stuck between a 300 kilos boulder and the canyon wall. Aron was stuck at the bottom of a hole in a hidden canyon, 50 meters from the desert surface, 32 kilometers from the nearest road, and surrounded by 100 more kilometers of uninhabited desert. That's when Aron realized he had violated one of the most basic rules of the outdoors. Always make sure someone knows where you are. Aron had not told a soul. He wasn't expected back at work for days. No one would miss him. And when they did, no one would know where to begin to look. 113 hours. After desperately trying to pull his arm out for over 2 hours, Aron realized he had to come up with another idea. Aron emptied his pockets and came out with a watch, a flashlight, a camera, bank cards, a bottle of water, a pocket knife and a candy bar and a climbing line. With help being miles away and no one to hear him scream, his options were few. He could either chip away at the boulder with his pocket knife, try to move the boulder using the climbing line, or cut off his arm. 95 hours. As Aron's strength dwindled, the boulder's nature crushed his hope. He recorded a video message to his parents accepting his fate.
My name's Aron Ralston. My parents are Donna and Larry Ralston of Englewood, Colorado.
In the desolate canyon, he faced the bitter truth. His struggle was in vain, and rescue was futile.
Whoever finds this, please make an attempt to get it to them. Be sure of it. I would appreciate it.
With a heavy heart, he stopped the recording, accepting that his journey had reached an end. Alone and defeated, he embraced the silence. 72 hours. In the unforgiving desert, Aron's water supply dwindled, each drop a lifeline. He battled the scorching sun, pushing his limits to lift the boulder, knowing each chip cost him a gulp. Each passing minute intensified the urgency, making time an enemy. Yet, amid the desperation, a spark of ingenuity ignited within him. "I must endure," he declared. He decided to save his own urine, his last resort when water failed him. In this arid survival saga, Aron balanced on the edge of hope and despair, battling for his existence. 48 hours. With his water depleted and burritos consumed, Aron spiraled into hallucinations, lost in a surreal world.
Blue John.
Amidst the hallucinations, he saw a glimmer of hope in reuniting with loved ones, the very thought that kept him clinging to life. Regret gnawed at his soul. In the grip of this revelation, determination ignited within him.
This rock has been waiting for me my entire life. This rock! In its entire life, ever since it was a bit of meteorite.
He vowed to mend the fractures in his relationships, to cherish every precious moment. 24 hours. It was as if the hand of fate was challenging him to confront the unthinkable, but it also whispered that survival was possible. Contemplating the sacrifice that lay ahead, Aron's mind swirled with thoughts of amputation. Aron started thinking of ways to amputate his arm. 1 hour. Aron discovered that his arm began to decompose and that he can break his arm by using his own weight. He amputated his arm using a small pocket knife. The amputation took him over an hour to complete. Aron has later described this moment as a rebirth, as he was so sure this was the end he had been given another chance. Rescuers searching for Aron picked him up by helicopter in another canyon after tourists from the Netherlands informed the police.